Good evening, internet world and universe! This is OR Ash, back once again designing some more Pokemon. Today, we are talking mushrooms. Now, I love mushrooms, both to eat and aesthetically. That being said, I am a huge fan of pretty much all of the fungus Pokemon. Except for Shiinotic. His smile bothers me, and I don't like the fact that he's wearing a diaper. Ugh. Anyway, today we are cracking open the Poke Paleo records and taking a look at an extinct Fakemon that is the common ancestor of the two modern-day Mushroom-mon, Foongus and Morelull. Now, these two mons specifically, because they're both known to hide and attack people, and I feel like there's like a connection between them for some reason. Morelull will dazzle people with their glowing spores, putting them to sleep, and then siphoning off their life energy. Whereas Foongus lures people in with their Pokeball pattern and then blasts them with poison. These tactics made me think that there may be something in their shared species past that made them just not like people. And I think that something may be how tasty they were. Mushrooms are delicious, so why wouldn't mushroom Pokemon be? That being said, with this design, I wanted to implement some visual references to food. So I thought, what if the caps that this Fakemon grew were all different colors, with different flavors and different status effects? Think like the berries from the Pokemon games, but if they looked more like the mushrooms from the Mario games. But I call this little guy Nourishroom, as in nourishing and mushroom. And since the Pokemon Company acts like mushrooms are plants, even though they're not, I am making this a pure grass type, mainly so it has the evolutionary wiggle room to be able to split into either poison or psychic secondary typings, dependent on its descendant.
Nourishroom, the nutrient cap Pokemon. Nourishroom would grow in groups by the dozens, popping up not only in soil, but on trees as well. Their caps were often mistaken for berries and were harvested and cooked into delicious dishes.
Now, for Nourishroom's extinct evolution, I wanted to imply that it was super healthy and natural and managed to grow and sprout into this big old jolly giant mushroom. Now, most of the new design elements like the shelf shroom growths or the additional texturing on his head cap, I added those on to help drive home the cooking theme of the line by making this extinct evolution look more like a classic chef. The caps this mon would produce could heal any ailment faster than you can say order up, and they were magically delicious. So magical, in fact, that it gains the fairy typing. Thanks to some of the awesome name suggestions we got during one of our Patreon exclusive work streams, this overgrown oblivious hors d'oeuvre is being named Sporgaspord. This name being made of spores, such as fungus, and smorgasbord, which is a buffet made up of delicious foods. Unfortunately, its amazing nutritious food would actually become its downfall, because once humans discovered how delicious it was, Sporgaspord, well, was eaten to extinction. And of course, this ended up freaking out the still living Nourishroom and kind of forced them down two divergent defensive evolutionary paths. Anyway, here's the leftovers of Sporgaspord.
Sporgaspord, the chef cap Pokemon. Sporgaspord came in a variety of sizes, some as tall as trees. They would use their medicinal mushroom caps to happily feed small communities of Pokemon. These mushroom caps came in a variety of colors and were said to be so delicious that they tasted like magic itself.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out the links below for the shinies of today's mon, as well as the links to our Twitch channel and our Patreon, where you can watch more of our content and help support us. Now, where'd that fungus go? I'm still hungry.